Hey guys, this is Jade. I have a project that I want to do that I want to bind with my cinch machine, so I thought I'd do it on camera just to do kind of like a little demo. Now I'm still learning this machine. There's stuff about it that I don't get. So we're gonna do this together, and whatever mistakes I make, we're gonna do together, or whatever. So I did do some pre-measuring. First of all, I made a 4x6 album. It's 30 pages. And it's kind of like a smash book junk journal. This is the front cover. This is the back cover. The covers measure 4x6. And the main pages in here, so like this or this or this, measure 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So the pages are 1/4 of an inch on each side, less than the covers. So because of that, I had to figure out the measurements that I would need to get the cinch machine to cut my project the correct way. Now, as far as the littler pages in there, we're just going to have to see how it goes. I may have to end up replacing some stuff, so we'll see. So what I figured out, I don't know how I figured this out, but somehow I figured this out. For them to see, what you want to do is, since the pages are 1/4 of an inch less, this is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, 4. You want them to have the same amount of holes, and you want them to evenly match up, but you also want some space, the space for the smaller page. So what I had to do was move this and pull out peg 11 and 12. And I will show you that. I wrote down the instructions for both. Normally, if you had pages, so if you had a 4x6 cover and your pages were 4x6, you would just put this in here and you'd follow the guide here. Let me zoom in on the guide real quick so you can see. And since your thing is 6 inches, it says pull peg 12. So you would pull peg 12, and that would prevent this hole from punching, and you would have evenly spaced holes. But since we have to get these two things matched up, this is what I had to do. Okay, let's see. Are you zoomed in? Can you see me? Okay. Yes. I had to, this moves in and out depending on how long your paper is. So if you had a longer sheet of paper, you need to move it out. But what I had to do for my front and back covers, okay, 4x6, is, let's follow the directions here. Move this out 1/4 of an inch. So you got the 1 inch mark right here and this inch here. So here's my 1/4 of an inch, and I'm just gonna move it so those two lines match up. Okay? Now, I'm actually gonna test this first, and also what I also want to do is pull out pegs 11 and 12. Now, I have messed up before, so I have some ones that I've messed up. So let's try it on the other side, just to be sure. This is one of the covers that I messed up. So it is 4x6, so you see I messed up the punches down here the first time. So let's make sure I have this right with this before I punch my project and have to do covers again. So I moved that 1/4 of an inch. Pegs 11 and 12 are out. Forgive me if I'm in camera in a second, because I have to use all my weight to get through this chipboard, because I am not the strongest person in the world. And my energy was just down. It's just starting to get back up. So you put that to the side, and you make sure this is in as far as it can go. And you punch. Alright, here we go. See? I might need to get some WD-40 on that thing. Alright, looks like it worked that time. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 10 holes, and you'll want 10 holes on your paper. And I'll show you how to do that for the 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 paper after I get my covers punched. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is my front cover, and the words are going up this way, so I want it this way. Going in like this. Sorry guys, I'm just making sure it's all the way in because I've messed that up before too. Alright, here we go. Oh God. Woo! That's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, my energy. Crazy, crazy. Alright, yay! Got that punched. Okay, so here is my back cover. It's gonna go like this. So we want to put this in like so. Alright. Can you see? Let's see. Let's back out just a little bit, I guess. Alright, and punch. Uh-oh. Alright. Okay. Woo! Got them done, and they're matched up. Holes are correct. Okay. Yay! I'm so happy. I've done it before. I've had to do the covers over, so I'm glad that finally worked. And right now you see the covers applying on the back. I'm probably just gonna put a library pocket back here, and I may put a tuck spot on the side. But once the whole thing is complete, I'll come back and do a flip through. But for now, I'm just showing you the demo. Okay, so the covers are complete. Yes, done. Now we have the 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 papers. So now what you want to do is move this back in. I'm just going to move it all the way in because you only want to go 1/8 of an inch out and then pull pegs 11 and 12. So here we're going to put it at 1/8 of an inch. So just there. That's it. That's all you move it for the larger papers. And you make sure 11 and 12 are still, 11 and 12 are still pulled. Okay. Now again, I'm going to practice on the other side of this sheet just to be sure I still got the measurements correctly. And I didn't mess something up when I was doing it the first time. So there you go. It's much easier to go through paper than chipboard. And there. And then let's make sure it matches up with my covers. So. And then there's space on each side. So awesome. We know that works. So you gotta, if you get one of these machines, you kind of gotta play around with it to figure things out. A lot of you are probably a lot better at math and measurements and things than I am. I just suck at it. It's crazy. I always did well in math in school, but I was never one to just do math in my head or anything like that. Now, so I don't. That's not my jam. Anywho. Let's get started. We can do a few of these at a time. And again, make sure they're all the way back as far as it can go. So you're not punching, half a sheet, half a hole in your papers. it didn't want to release. So there you go. There's the holes in that. So I'm just going to go through punching the holes. Now, like I said, I'm not sure about some of these smaller papers that I have in here. So I'm going to have to figure those out. Some of the larger papers done. Oh good, I have a pretty good amount of them at once. Well, let's not do too many at once because, again, my energy suck-a-ducks. Alrighty, let's stick these in. And you know what? I think you guys get the general gist, so I'll speed up some of this. Go get that bag and see if I can get it punched right this time. Oh, I left one in there. Come on. Of course, it rips. I'm gonna redo that, but not on camera, okay? Okay guys, I'm back. We got all our holes punched. So now it's time to bind it. And what you want to do is count up the holes that you have in here. Now we know we have 10, but we're going to count them anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you got 10 holes. So you want to cut off. This is a cinch binding wire. They come in different sizes. This is a 1-inch silver I got from Hobby Lobby. I'll show you what the packaging looks like. So they look like, and they come in different sizes. This is 3/4 of an inch, but today I'm using an inch. You can also buy them online and other places as well. I've seen some in the Project Life section in Michael's. I've seen some in the Heidi Swapp sections in Joann's. So there are different places you can buy them, but I mainly find them at Hobby Lobby, like if you want to go directly into a store and get one. So we're going to count out 10 of these things and cut them off, okay? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you want to cut this right here. And I usually just use my Tim Holtz scissors. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Because when I'm trying to use just the cutting wire, for some reason it doesn't work for me. So I kind of want to cut this little tiny piece off over here as well. Just so it's not poking anybody. Let's see if I can get that with these as well. Alright. Okay, so that's what you got there. So what you want to do is turn your cinch machine around. And you're going to be working from this side now. So I'll just clip this down here so you can get that out the way. You want to stick these prongs on here and it just rests right there. You want to grab your project, make sure everything is the order that you want it. But you're going to do a little something different with the cover. Like how you bind it so the stuff in the middle, you don't see, it'll be bound inside and you don't see it on the outside. So what you do, I start with my first cover, and then I flip the back over and flip it inside out and put it on like that. And you'll see why I do that in a minute. Actually, you can do it like that. But I actually want to start with the pages first. And then put the covers on like this. So, what I'm going to do is put on all of our pages. And I'm going from back to front with my pages. And see where I said I might make a mistake somewhere. I did. You see how it's having a hard time getting on? Well, I think to remedy that, what I'm going to do is cut it down just slightly on either side and redo the thing. So I'm going to pause this right here and I'll be right back. Alright, I got that cut down and re-taped, so I'm putting it down. Let me push this back further so you can... Okay, sorry if you weren't able to see before. So this one goes here. Told you, some smaller sheets of paper that mess me up. I don't know how to get it the way that I want it. So, like I said, I gotta keep messing with this machine. But anyway, so now I'm going to, the papers are in. This is the front cover here, and here is the back cover. And make sure they're the right side up. So when you bind it, this will go here, and the back cover will just flip to the back. And I will show you that. Okay. So like I said, now you have to release this again and turn it around this way. And here you have the dial for, let's see, there you go, however inch big your binding coil is. So since we are using a 1-inch coil, we want to move this teardrop to the 1 inch. There we go. Alright. Now, let's get this. And then you just put this under here as far as it'll go back. Make sure it's touching. And since it's only 6 inches, the whole thing will fit. And you just want to push down on the lever in front. So let me back out a little so you can see. And see, it's closed up. Now I'm going to do it again. I like to do that. And personally, I like to give it an extra push if I see that they're not really meeting all the way. for whatever reason. So just to make sure you don't have any paper sliding out or whatever. So there you go. Now all that stuff, see the junk's in the middle, and you flip this to the back, and there you go. There's your binded book. Yay! Side or whatever. So that is it for this demo. Thank you for hanging in there with me, guys. I know it was a hot mess. But you know, like I said, limited workspace and not really being too familiar with this machine. Kind of made for that. But anyway, we are done, and I will come back, not in this video, but in a different video, and just share with you this project and another one I had worked on actually a while ago. Once it's all done, once I have the cover finished, once I, you know, add the tags and ephemera and stuff like that. So once it's all done, I will do a flip through. But thanks for hanging in there with me. If you watch this demo, I will speed up some parts because some of it is just really not necessary. And that is it for me. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.